All right, here we go. We're just gonna go with this right now. Right now. I'm just gonna leave that video run in the background. All right, Three Pedal J, see you, brother. APG, thanks for tuning in. Wide Body Mike, glad to see you, brother. What's going on, everybody? So I really don't have a topic this week, just like last week. So we'll just do some open chat. I'll check into some of the questions in the chat you guys want to ask or what you guys want to talk about in the chat. Jay's checking in with Mike. Let's see. I'm trying to look on my phone. Let me see if I can get the channel up on my phone. Be able to do things a little bit quicker. All right, what's going on, Zion? So Jay, I was having some technical difficulties using so I use OBS to stream live on YouTube, and I had to I was having some technical difficulties and getting everything up and running, but now I got everything up and running, so we're here, um, just chilling at this point, waiting for some folks to come into the chat. Just wondering if there's anything specific anyone wants to talk about while we're waiting for a few seconds. Yeah, I know. I know, Jay. I need to learn the ways of an IT of an IT guru. Green Pro Charge Cam 5.7. Is that Howler 5.7? So APG, yeah, I am going to be running this weekend. We're going to run Friday night, and I'm looking around to find to see if I can find something else going on. And we may get 2 days in this weekend. It just all depends what I can find. Yes, sir. Why body knows the deal. We're making passes Friday night at MIR is where we're going to be. I had a couple people ask me, do I post a schedule of where I'm going to be? I really don't want to do that because things change so dynamically. I never really know where I'm going until most of the time the last minute we figure out where we're going and what we're doing. So Cecil, yeah, I do try and get to Cecil every once in a while. I do need to get back up there. I know they do their street grudge thing every Friday night as well. I'll have to make a trip up there and make sure I put it in the I'll put it in a community post so everyone that's subscribed will know when I'm heading up to Cecil. Yeah, Jay, you got to finish putting that bad boy together, man. We're all waiting on you. We're all waiting on you. So the video in the background is when we broke those BMR upper control arms, and old wide body Mike coming to the rescue. Thank God I still had the stock ones in my garage I can run back and get, and wide body Mike took it from there, man. Took the broke one off and put the stock ones back on, and we did do another run after that with the stock ones on, and that's when I ordered the AAD ones, which are awesome, by the way. Those things are working out great. Yeah, wide body Mike and old Hellby. If you didn't watch the last video, you need to go back and watch the last video. There were some trans issues going on, so I think we narrowed it down for him to it's possibly the converter, not necessarily the trans. So hopefully he'll be up and running on Friday, as well. So which event is it MIR on Saturday? 732 Mopar. I know Friday night is their late model Friday Night Madness. Yeah, Jay, get on that dyno, boy. Go see Dave. Dave will hook you up. Yep, Midnight Madness is Friday night. Yep. I always forget what they call it. But I didn't see what they had going on Saturday. So status on the new engine. That's a good question. So I'm gonna hold out on putting the new engine in, um, just because I really want to see what we can do with the stock bottom end. I think what's going to happen is we're going to wind up putting the HP90 in first, turn up either some boost or turn up some nitrous. So we got some choices at this point. So I think we're gonna put the trans in first. I think we're gonna run with the stock red eye converter in the beginning, and then just to see what a stock red eye transmission and converter, what that does for shake and bake, and then eventually we'll go with a higher stall torque converter on the HP90 as well. Oh, that's right. Yep, yep. The roll race. I think Mod to Fame is going to be in that roll race. But yeah, $300 is pretty stiff just for the third mile there at MIR. It was so. I did do one. What, 2 years ago? A year? Was it last year? Last year, or a year before. I did go to one of the race motive. I think it was a race motive. It might have been a slipstream. I can't remember which one. It was one of the two at the Poconos. Now that was fun. I don't necessarily like their style of setting up the races and how they score stuff, but it was a lot of fun just to come up to the cones and gun it and let her rip as fast as you can go. But you got a lot more room. You got a lot more room at the Poconos than you do at MIR. So it'll be interesting to see how fast those guys can stop. I may go Saturday just to watch and maybe do some filming there Saturday, just to get some racing content up there, because I do think it's interesting. I just don't like that format. That roll racing type format is I just don't like it. But back to what I was saying. So the engine is probably going to wait until next season, early next season, because like I said, I want to see how far this stock bottom end can go. And we're not. I'm not going to. I don't want to necessarily blow it up, but I just want to see how much power we can actually push through the stock bottom end. And if something does happen with that stock bottom end, that's when the new engine will definitely definitely have to go in, if something happens to that stock bottom end. Yeah, Jay, we're gonna have to get you on the channel now. That's for sure. Mike, it definitely it has to be driving, and it has to be able to go down the track. It's got to go down the track, Jay. Once you start going down the track, we'll get you on the channel, because not very many stick cars out there. That's for sure. But I am interested to see what the HP90 with that stock transmission is going to do. I'm first on the list. All right, man, you better be ready. You better bring it. If you're gonna call me out, you better bring it. All right, I'm glad to see some of the fellas that have helped me considerably along the way. So I gave him a shout out last week. Wide Body Mike, he has been phenomenal. He has just been an awesome help to me and Shake and Bake and me learning what's what's going on, and what things I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing, and I usually do things I shouldn't be doing anyway. But Three Pedal J, he's been along for the ride as well. He's gave me a lot of information, a lot of things that to soak up, and I really definitely appreciate the two of you guys really going out of your way a lot of times to help me out and keep things rolling. There's not a lot of people that'll do that nowadays. That's what Mike. That's what I'm hoping. But Mac seems to think because the stall is lower that I'm not going to get the same 60s. But I'm thinking I'm going to get better 60s because then we can run the full timing, full boost, the whole 9 yards, um, getting off the line. So, like I said, it's going to be interesting to see when we throw it in there to see what the difference is between a high stall HP 70 and a stock stall HP 90. I think it's gonna be interesting. I think a lot of people would want to know that, you know, because there are a number of people doing the HP 90 swap. A lot of people. RT Life is going to be one of them. He's looking for a 90 now to do the 90 swap. But it's I think it's definitely going to be an interesting video to find out, if it does help with the 60 or if it hinders the 60. All right, 300 to life. You're most welcome, man. It's this. It really took me too long to get into doing YouTube. I should have been doing YouTube a long time. RT Life tried for probably a year and a half, 2 years to get me to do YouTube, and I finally bit the bullet and started doing it. Hey, I appreciate you giving me those shout outs. 300 to life. Yeah, Jay. It's like I said, it's going to be interesting once we throw the 90 in the stock 90 in there to see what happens. I think I'm definitely safe power wise at this point, but I'm going to wind up. Hopefully, I don't go quite as far as wide body Mike, but who knows? We may eventually get that far. But something that a lot of people don't talk about is the HP 90s and how often those high horsepower cars, we're talking, the 1200, 1300 horsepower cars that are running 90s, how often they wind up rebuilding those. Um, that's been a hard lesson for for one of the crew, but yeah, it's going to be interesting once we put the 90 in and see how far we can go. So there's some great data from Wide Body Mike. Um, he's all through this transmit all through all of his transmission problems and issues and what he's been going through. He's been doing a lot of research, a lot of internet searching, a lot of pulling Dodge manuals and looking in the manuals and seeing what things are and how they're supposed to be and what they can do and what they can't do. So if you got any serious 90 or 70 transmission questions, you can always hit him up on Instagram. He's good for answering questions on Instagram as well. So Mike, I really think it's going to be interesting to see what happens once we get the 90 in there. Oh, but definitely appreciate all y'all tuning in. Where are we at? We're at 8 folks right now. We were at 11 earlier. We must have lost a few. But definitely appreciate y'all tuning in to sit around and chit chat for a little bit. and just talk Mopars, talk cars. You know, go down the road that I'm going, and I appreciate y'all tuning in, really do. It's funny though, when I put up the question of what time to do the streams, I got like 100 and some odd. Let's do it at 8, and you know I'm only getting 8 people in the chat. What's up with that? Where's everybody else at? Hey Blue Streak, how you doing, brother? Hello, hello from Louisiana. That's awesome. Hey, I appreciate you watching and supporting the channel, and we're definitely going to keep up. We're going to keep the work going. We're going to keep the channel going. We're going to keep the videos coming. We're going to keep the mods coming. You know, at this point, there's no stopping us now. But other than the only thing that's going to hold us up now is saving up for these expensive parts. We've gone from, you know, the relatively cheaper parts to now we're into, you know, the couple $1,000 parts to start installing. So anything you guys can do to help out the channel, that is much appreciated. A couple, I don't really haven't been pushing this, haven't said it a lot, but I did turn on memberships, so you can become a member of the channel. I think there's only one level. I put it at $4.99 a month. And I'm not really doing anything special for that. That's just if you want to support the channel and support, you know, the build, just it's $4.99 a month. Another way you can do is the super thanks. If you look down in all of the videos now, you'll see a super thanks. You can put a super thanks in there. That'll help support the channel as well. And also in a live chat, you can do the super chat stuff. And it's all if you want to. I'm not gonna push it. I'm not gonna, you know, there's some people out here that beg, borrow, and steal for people to to, you know, join their channel and do the super chat and the super thanks and all that. I'll throw it out there every once in a while just to kind of remind people, but I'm not going to throw it out there that often. But I definitely do appreciate everyone that supports the channel, watching the videos, you know, going through those ads. I know it's painful watching those ads, but I definitely appreciate it. And Shake and Bake definitely appreciates it because y'all hear it every time. Every red penny from YouTube goes right back into Shake and Bake. Hey, Big Deal, what's going on, brother? How are you? Yeah, that's for sure, Mike. I mean, even at my level at this point, nothing is cheap, right? And I'm at the 7 to 800 horsepower range, and nothing is cheap at this point. Definitely not for the faint-hearted, and definitely not for those that don't have a big wallet or a big savings account, because it's not going to be big long if you go down our roads. But other than that, who else? We got what 11 folks on here now. So anybody else going to MIR on Friday night? I know Wide Body Mike's going to try and get there. I know Three Pedal Jay may try and get there. Oh no, Jay, that's right. You're going to the dyno. There's a couple other guys in our chat that are going. Um, oh, why did I close that out? Sorry, getting this video going in the background again. Yes, sir, Jay. I want to. I have to go back and look. I don't. I think Cecil has a rental on Sunday. Um, I don't think Mason Dixon has anything. Mason Dixon Cecil. I don't think they have anything on Saturday. Hey, all right, Evans. That's a great question. So we've been dangling the 2-step question for a while. Um, The two steps do tend to work better with a higher stall torque converter. Capital, they're always Capital's always doing something, but you can never guarantee what kind of prep you're going to get at Capital. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. Oh, they got an event on Saturday. But yeah, back to your two step question, Evans, and wide body Mike chimed in too. Right, is the best 60 is always leaving off of idle. I've tried and tried again to come up on the converter and try and come up on and leave with some boost. Even when I was NA, I tried to come up on it and always shake and bake. And your setup's relatively close to mine. I have always done better off idle. Yeah, big deal. You can definitely get to the 600. Mike's chiming in. You're definitely gonna need a cam to get there. Uh, I know E85 doesn't do as much for NA as it does for boosted applications, but you may want to. Oh, you already got a cam. Um, you can try going E85. That'll help you out a little bit. Um, yeah, boosted Hemi. Yep, off of idle. Off of idle. People hit me up all the time. Why don't I leave on boost? Yeah, and that's where I did I did the one night I was trying to come up on the converter, and then the last run of the night I ran my first 10-3, and I got my first one low 1-4 60 foot was off idle, excuse me. But big deal, you could definitely go like Mike is saying, you could go with the baby P1X Pro Charger and run 7 to 8 pounds of boost, and you'll be safe at that level, and you'll definitely be over 600. Hey, boosted Hemi, what's going on, brother? That's true too. Uh, Nitrous is definitely a lot cheaper, but uh, uh, the only thing with nitrous is you're not going to have that all the time because you can't keep the bottle in the car. Well, you could, but it's illegal. But the Pro Charger is definitely a way if you want to continually keep that 600. Hang on one sec. Oh, you want out, boy? Come on. Come on. All right, folks. Bean has left the room. Bean was hanging out with us for a while. Spray for the win. I am slowly but surely learning spray for the win. Spray for the win is a good idea. So is speeding. Yeah. So is speeding. Oh, APG, man, I definitely appreciate that. Hey, I try my best to give you guys the best content I can. I try not to do, the reaction videos are great. They're okay because, they're always different with someone in the seat. But I try not to do the filler content, and that's why sometimes the contents seem a little stretched out. And it's not necessarily on a stringent schedule. I try not to stay on. Well, I try and stay on that stringent schedule, but it's difficult when I don't have a whole lot of content. But APG, I definitely appreciate the super chat there, man. And like I said, I try my best, and no one's perfect, but I try my best to get the best content I can out there. Definitely got better. Don't go back and watch any of my first videos, please. Go about a year into it and then start watching videos if you go if you go back into the channel, because those first few months of videos are pretty painful to watch. But you know, I've grown. I've gotten better. You know, in front of the camera. This the live thing is all new for me, so I'm just getting used to used to that. It's something I'm gonna grow into. I'm gonna try and continue to do this at least every Wednesday, and we'll just sit here chat, and I'll look at the live chat, see if there's any questions, and we'll just keep playing it by ear, and then maybe I'll get to the point where I can bring up specific topics, get into those, and give you at least my opinion or my experience. Um, Nitrous versus water meth. That's that's a good one. Uh, I believe this is just my opinion. I haven't done a lot of research on the two of them, but I think you're going to wind up getting more power out of the nitrous than you would out of the water meth. And also with nitrous, it gives you room to grow. So right now we're on a 35 shot. As we go down the road, we're gonna go probably 50, 100, 150, maybe 200. That's a good point, Jay. Too, right? Nitrous is a power adder, right? It's gonna add power, where meth is just gonna cool down your intake temps, which will give you a little power, but not nearly as much as nitrous is gonna give you. And it is used totally different. Absolutely. See, that's why I love my peeps. That's why I love my peeps. If I get stuck, uh, they always chime in and help me out. They always put the bug in my ear. Yeah, water meth it is going to help those intakes run cooler for sure. But like I said, you're not going to get the same power as you would out of nitrous. And nitrous is also going to help cool your intake temps as well. So, uh, you know, both never run. Don't put your car on meth, man. It'll get hooked and you never get off of it. Just kidding. Just kidding. Um, Meth for the pow pow. Yeah, Jay brings up a good point too. It is a safety tool, right? It's going to help you cool your air temps. It's going to help with detonation, and you guys can chime in if I'm wrong. It's also going to help you with detonation, and that's why Mike is saying don't tune for the meth, because if you tune for the meth and you run out and you gun it, not good. Bad things are going to happen. So Edmonds, yeah, Mike's got the right question, right? It's what I can't type on the phone. Yeah, it really depends what fuel you're running. That's definitely going to give you a 93 pump. I'd go with Mike's suggestion. If you're going to go water meth, don't tune for it. Um, it's going to help you either way, and like I said, by not tuning for it, it's going to help you with keeping detonation down. Yep. My boy, my boys got my back. They're all Jay and Mike are both chiming in. Our Edmonds, they're both chiming in to help me out. I'm just kind of reiterating what they're throwing in what they're throwing in the chat. But yeah, like I said, water meth is not going to add like I said, you'll get a little bit of power, but it's not a power adder type modification. Hey Jeremy, how you doing, brother? Let me go back up here, see if I'm not missing anything. Yeah, E85 is, if you don't have it readily available in your area, it's definitely a pain. But we're lucky enough; we got a number of E85 stations near us. Hey, buddy, you're welcome. Like I said, my boy, my boy's got my back, chiming in for me. All right, we're up to 12 people, man. We're cruising. There's Indy. I'm sure Beans running around the yard, running around the yard out there somewhere. But yep, we're just gonna chill for a little bit, see if anyone's got anything specific they want to chat about or ask questions on, and we may go ahead and just call this one a wrap kind of early. Yeah, Jay, join the corn crowd, brother. You gotta join that corn crowd. There you go. I got you some corn, Jay. Yep, I am so glad I got on E85. Um, it definitely the way to go. If it's readily available in your area, E85 is definitely the way to go, especially if you're boosted. 100%. No, give the people time. Give the people time. Oh, hard Edmonds. You didn't have to do that, brother, but I definitely appreciate it, man. I really do. Um, yeah, you guys are awesome. You can see that all that's gonna go right back into shake and bake. I promise you. Yeah, we do got a pretty hefty storm coming in. It was raining as I came in, but we'll go until the power goes. We'll either cut off here in a few minutes, or we'll wait until the storm cuts the power. But guys, you don't understand how much I appreciate y'all supporting the channel. It really means a lot. Um, everyone in our group, they've all been great. They got they all have their YouTube channels and IGs too, but they've always been behind me and supported me 100%. There's a number of you guys, probably most of you that are on the live tonight, have been there for the long haul. Been with the channel for a long time. I definitely appreciate. I can't express how much I appreciate it, that you guys are out there supporting the channel, watching the videos, and taking the time. Hey Jimmy, how you doing, brother? Glad you made it. You're lucky. I was just thinking about calling it off here in a few in a few minutes. Glad you made it in, brother. again, I know a lot of you guys have been with the channel for a long time. I definitely appreciate it. I appreciate all the comments. I know a lot of you guys are the ones liking the videos as well. I definitely like it. Definitely appreciate it and like that you guys like the videos. That's awesome. It just keeps me moving. Shake and Bake does put. Yep, I just stomped the pedal and Shake and Bake puts in all the hard work. You got that right, Boosted Hemi. Shake and Bake puts in all the work, man. And that car has been. I got to knock on some wood. The car has been incredible. Um, the 5.7s really get a bad rap. I really, I don't know why. I mean, because the baby Hemi, that's probably why they get so much of a hard time. But there really are a nice platform to start from, and if you're gonna go down the road and spend a bunch of money, uh, it's it's a great platform. It really is, and that's what I'm trying to help show more people, on the internet that hey, the 5.7 is not a bad starting point. And all of this gets expensive. All whether you start with the 5.7, the 6.4, the Hellcat, the Red Eye, it all gets expensive. When you start talking that 11, 12, 1300 horsepower, it all gets expensive. It doesn't matter what you start with. So I was running. I want to say, I hope you're talking about the last video. I started at 19, went to 18, went to 17, but it was more that the prep wasn't quite there than it was, I think, for air pressure. But I typically run around 8. It's either 19, 18, or 17. That's usually where is the sweet spot for Shake and Bake. Yeah. Mopar tax, you know it, bro. You know it, brother. Yeah, thanks, Jeremy. And I'm gonna keep on proving it. That's why APG asked earlier, what's going on with the new engine. I'm just gonna hold off until this stock bottom end until it. I'm looking for it to give out. I don't want to blow it up. I'd rather see it just give out because I don't want to damage any of the stuff that I'm gonna put into the new. I'm gonna put into the new engine, but yeah, you can wheel hop at any time at Capital. That's the truth. 5.7 beast mode, you know it, Samuel. All right, so you start at 20. Yeah, I typically start at 19, and especially if I'm at MIR, 19, 18, 19 is usually good. I usually don't have any issues. It's just that Capital, you just never know. You never know where the prep's going to be. They're getting a lot better. I'm not putting them down. They are getting a lot better. But yeah, sometimes the prep is just not there at Capital. Yeah. There comes Mike. Yep. Pressure up until you spin. Once you spin, take it down a pound. Mike's giving out all the secrets. Yeah, Jim, I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. You really are. I don't know what your plans are, but uh, that's the key. That's the key. Have a plan. Have a goal. Have a plan to get to that goal. Your your goal's gonna change. Mine changes. Mine changes once I hit one. Mine changes to the next one. So so the point is have a plan to get to that initial goal and looking forward to what you may want to do. So you don't be like me and spend money 2 and 3 times on injectors and transmissions and spending money 2 or 3 times. Just spend it once. Plan for that end goal. Yeah, so I see Mike, Mike and Jay chiming in, but the Edelbrock supercharger is much quieter than all of the other superchargers, so, or the Edelbrock. You're not gonna get you're not gonna get that Whipple Hellcat whine from the Edelbrock. So if you're looking for something that's sneaky and quiet, you can go with the Edelbrock. Yeah, Cecil, they usually do a pretty good prep. But yeah, again, it gets to your goals. Um, there's a multitude of superchargers out there, different kinds of superchargers, and then there's turbos and all of that. It's just look at your goal and make a plan, or begin to make a plan to get to that goal. But yeah, I don't see a lot of people using the Edelbrock. I keep bouncing around now, but I don't see a lot of people using the Edelbrock, so I can't speak for what it can and what it can't do. But um, I know for a fact it is a lot quieter than all of the other superchargers. Jim, that's a great goal, man. I've showed you how to do it. And if you talk to Three Pedal J, he can tell you how to do it quicker and cheaper. Um, my route is more expensive to get to the 10.5s out of a 5.7. But nitrous is really the way if you want to get there fast and cheap. Nitrous is the way to go. But again, nitrous is pretty much dedicated to the track. You can run it on the street, but be careful, don't get caught. Where if you go the supercharger route first to get your 10.5s, then the power is always there. Yeah, the Whipples aren't too bad. I know on Incredible Hemi and his Ram, that thing is that thing's as loud as a Hellcat. It's super loud. Pay once, cry once. You got it, Jimmy. Pay the tax one time. That's all I'm trying to say. Is make your plan and pay that Mopar tax once. Don't pay it several times like I have. Jay saying I don't listen very well. The Hellion twin turbo kit is quite the kit, Samuel. You're definitely hitting it there. It's all in where you want the power, how you want the power to come in, and again, it speaks to those goals. All right, we got a difference of opinion in the crew already. We got Three Pedal J with the twin turbo and Wide Body Mike with the Pro Charger. I'm leaning towards the Pro Charger until I see that twin turbo run, Jay. Being that you already called me out, I'm waiting to see the twin turbo actually run down the street. Yeah, yeah. You got it, Jimmy. A lot of people like to hear the whine. Mike does bring a point, so if you got a 392, you can follow Mike's setup. Get you in the nines once or twice, depending on your transmission. Jay, you know I love you, brother. Stroger motor and nitrous. I knew Jay was gonna come in with the nitrous because he's a nitrous guy, and I'm slowly becoming that way. I'm sure once we go to a wet kit and start adding some serious power and put the forge motor in, I'm sure I'll become a nitrous guy as well. Jay, Jay wants to take people's money in their heart. I'm actually running a 160 thermostat, Sam. Sam, I'm running a 160. Yes, sir. Three pedal J talking talking with the man pedal. Yeah, Jim. We didn't do a really good rundown of everything Mike's done to his car in the last video, but the first one I did of his, he did a pretty good rundown of what he had. And at that time, he was I can't remember what he was running back then. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to go back and look. You know it, Jay. It's all fun. I got thick skin. I can handle it. Yeah, I'm with you, R. Edmonds. The Pro Charger, I really do like the Pro Charger. I just like the way the power comes in. Um, and you know, you feel it at that top end once you get the RPMs up, and it's a ripper after that. Oh, Jay, I'm the warm up until you get dialed in. I got you. Jay, you know the deal. The nitrous is cheap, but you got to keep filling up that bottle. All right, Corpse 345. How are you, brother? Yeah, I'm I said it earlier. I'm doing what I can to keep the content rolling, keep things humming, and we're gonna keep doing what we do, and we're gonna keep pushing that 5.7 as far as we can take it. That's for sure. Mike's car does hurt a lot of those shop builders. Uh, Mike does a majority of his work by himself, so he does a lot of work on his own car. Yeah, Jimmy, it's tough when you don't have an E85 station you can rely on that's close to you. I'd have to go back and look and see where Dave got has the fans coming on, but it's probably right around 160. Corpse 345. That is a great question. It's no fun picking on Chip J. I know, right? But Corpse 345. I like the question. If I would go back to do it all over again, would I do anything different? Knowing what I know now, the Hellcat is the ultimate platform to start from. Let's just be honest, right? It is the ultimate platform to start from. But I probably wouldn't change anything. I'd probably keep. I probably wouldn't spend money twice again, or three times. But I would definitely. I would. I probably wouldn't change anything. I would keep with the 345. Keep with the Pro Charger, and I don't think I'd change anything, to be honest. It's been a great ride. To get to where I'm at, and we're gonna look at putting shake and bake in, the mid nines. Hopefully, if things go right, we push it to possibly the low nines. We'll see how far it can go. Um, but I don't think I would change anything. No, don't say that. Yeah, the only thing, it's like everything. I'm not a political guy, so I'm not going to get into it. But man, fuel prices in general across the board are just ridiculous. Yeah, there's Mike throwing the knowledge again. If you can find the 100 octane stuff, Again, it's also it's going to help you with knob. So really, course 345, it's really in how you want to feel the power, right? The Pro Charger is not necessarily that punch you in the face as soon as you hit the gas. It comes on quick. It's not long after you hit the gas you feel it come in. But those root style superchargers, as soon as you hit the gas, it's there. Um, it's that's kind of the snap your neck kind of stuff, where a Pro Charger is not quite snap your neck, but it's you know it when you stomp it. They do make a lot more heat. Anything's gonna make heat, but um, that's just something you're gonna have to deal with. Whether you, no matter what route you go, it's gonna make heat. Yeah, that's nice. Definitely, Jimmy is having your builder and your tuner not too far away. That's for sure. Yeah, hey, Corpse, I'm going to answer that question in a second. Come on. I thought the star of the show wanted back in. That's Bean banging at the door. Uh, well, I just opened the door for you. Come on, come here, buddy. Say hi to everybody. Come here. There, you want to say hi to everybody? You want to say hi? Say hi. Oh, you're crazy. All right, I'll let you. All right, that's enough of Bean. I don't know if I'm the face of the 5.7. I don't consider myself the face of the 5.7. I know a lot of you guys see me as that face of the 5.7. Um, I'm just your average Joe. I am not a mechanic. I'm not an engine builder. I'm not a tuner, right? I pay Bean. I pay people to do all of that. Um, and I yeah, uh, I, I'm just doing what I do, right? I'm just like I said, your average Joe that's taking the 5.7 as far as he can take it, and just documenting it on YouTube. That's really how I feel about that question. Course 345 is um, yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. Um, but you know, it is what it is, and I'm just going to keep pushing that 5.7 until that stock bottom end something happens, something breaks. Again, I think I said it earlier. I'm not trying to necessarily blow it up and damage a bunch of things that I may need for the forged engine, but I'm just going to keep pushing it and see what happens, and I'm going to keep documenting it on YouTube, and I'm just going to keep going. But I definitely appreciate you guys supporting the channel. That's for sure, 100%. Yeah, Mike brings up a good point, right? The Hellcat is the easier option for sure. Let's throw up another video here real quick. Um, yeah, starting with a Hellcat, there's nothing wrong with starting with a Hellcat. It's not like I'm a 5.7 guy and I hate the upper trims. I know it's not reciprocal. The upper trims don't like 5.7, but I have nothing against someone taking a Hellcat and pulley down and putting the dampener on and building a Hellcat. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a great platform to start with, along with the 6.4. Once you swap out the sorry pistons that are in there. Once you swap those out, the 6.4 is a great platform. Um, it's all in where you want to start and what, again, your goal and a plan to get to the goal. Hey, Mopar, how are you, brother? More racing. I try and do, the deal. I try and push shake and bake as much as possible. I get so much flack for racing my car in like dead of summer heat. I get some flack for doing that, but I do what I do and I keep rolling and I try and get as much racing in as possible. It's starting to get tough because there's a lot of events at the different tracks and there's not a whole lot of testing tunes, so I got to squeeze it in where I can, and I'm gonna keep doing what I can. Yeah, yeah. The core charge for a 90 is ridiculous. I don't know about any of the. I don't know if anyone else has went to their dealership and looked to buy a 90, but they told me it was $3,000 for a core charge. So I mean, the transmission is a new 90 is not bad. It was just over 6 grand, I think, 61 or $6,200. But then you tack on that the Mopar tax, $3,000. Now you're talking about $9,000 to $10,000 transmission. I'm with you, Jimmy. That's kind of crazy. Emmons, you can absolutely you can. Uh, People bang on me all the time. Hey, you should have just bought a Hellcat. Well, especially now, especially now, I am still probably a good $5,000 to $10,000 less than a Hellcat. I, I knew Mike was going to come, come in with his transmission builder sooner or later. Absolutely, Samuel. I'm over 700. You can definitely get to 700, and you can do it on the stock bottom end. Now, I would suggest probably gapping the rings. I haven't gapped my rings, but I think just because the 111,000 miles I have in the car, they're probably already gapped themselves. But I would definitely gap the rings. So Corpse 3 through absolutely. So we have a lot of torque management, especially in the 1, 2, 2, 3 shift. Along with we pulled all of the timing when it shifts. So there's no timing and a bunch of torque management to save the HP70. So no, not experiencing any slippage. And how much torque would I make if it wasn't turned down? That's a fair question. So with the nitrous at this point, with the 35 shot, we're just over 600 pound feet of torque. Uh, I'm looking back here. So it's not necessarily turned down, but like I said, the torque management and taking the timing out of all of the shifts is what's really saving my 70 at this point. Yeah, I mean, you look at the prices. I'm hopping on wide body mic here now. You look at the price of a freaking a new wide body Scat Pack. You're looking in the 60Ks, 60, 65K for a wide body Scat Pack, not a Hellcat Scat Pack. It's ridiculous. Uh, Jimmy, I'm with you, brother. I am definitely cheaper than, especially now, especially I'm cheaper than a Hellcat. That's even with picking up my transmission. I still think I'm cheaper than a Hellcat. So yeah, of course, you're coming up with a lot of good questions, brother. I like this. I like the questions you're coming up with. Um, you know, yeah, I just don't like it. I don't like it when people crap on the 5.7. I really don't. I just don't think they understand what the 5.7 can really do. And again, that's why I'm doing what I'm. One of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing is to show people it can keep up with the big boys, right? I'm keeping up with Red Eyes at this point. I've beaten Red Eyes. Um, I don't know if my boy's on here, but we're gonna get another run with him. SRT Bone. Uh, that's Jimmy. Good point, right? It's the people that don't know, that aren't informed, or are misinformed about the 6.4 and the 5.7. Um, Absolutely, I agree with you there, 100%. Yeah, Jimmy, you know what? I'm gonna get to the forged engine sooner. APG asked that question a long time ago, real early in the chat. But I'm gonna get to the bulletproof, fully forged engine probably next year, unless something happens to the stock bottom end I got now. Yeah, Catalyst back in 19, the 70-80 range, you could get a red eye. But nowadays, you can forget that. That's absolutely true, Corpse. The 392 does get more respect. Um, and I've had a lot of people, a number of people tell me, hey, why don't you do a stroker to a 392 and, join the club? You'll get more viewers just because there's more people out there with 392s and blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not going to do that. That's not what I want to do. So I'm sticking with the 5.7. I Tony, I do not have anyone that does custom rims, and to be honest, I don't know anyone that does. I've never actually looked into custom rims. Yeah, Jeremy, that'd be interesting, right? Someone drop a Viper motor into a Challenger or Charger. Uh, I'm sure there's probably somebody out there that may have done it. I, I just hadn't done a lot of research looking into that. Yeah, absolutely, corpse. Once I get the same thing right a lot of times at the track. It's just a 5.7. Actually, there are people now that know me at Capital will use that line to bet on races when I'm lining up against people. Hey man, it's just a 5.7. Look at it. It's just a 5.7. I'm sure there's probably people people that bet on me and made money, but that's not something I do. Yeah, we're gonna get there. All right, we've gone just over an hour now, well over an hour now. Even with the water, I'm getting a little parched. But hey, I appreciate everyone. Oh wow, we're up to 20 people in the chat now. South Korea. '06 RT BBK shorty headers, straight pipe HP tuners running 94 octane. Oh, that's awesome. That's a long way, South Korea, man. I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you tuning in, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I bet you that's Tony. I bet you that's a little ripper too. I bet. I bet you have a lot of fun with that. Is it better price wise to go supercharged with the 5.7 or full bolt on? R90. That's a fair question. So again, I want to go back to what is your goal? Set that goal, and then you can go ahead and make that plan to get to that goal. But the one thing I would do if I did it all over again is I would have went supercharged right off the bat. I would have started there, and then went to the full bolt-ons to support the supercharger. And I would have stuck with a pro charger. I wouldn't have changed my mind there, but I would have done the pro charger first, and then done all the supporting mods. Leave the soju alone. You could probably dump some of that in there. Car run a heck of a lot better. Yeah, Edmonds. Yep, the inline six is coming. Electric is coming. There's no stopping it at this point. Um, will we continue to see some shape or form of V8s? I think so for at least for a while, but eventually we're just getting shoved to the curb at this point. Boost all the way. It is more expensive, but it's always there. Supercharger is full bolt-ons. That's definitely a good one. EFI Holly CIA. Yeah, buddy, Tony. I tell you, you go. I've shown you the way, right? Okay, it is a way. There's multiple paths to get there, but I am a huge fan of the Pro Charger. I'm going to be honest. I'm a huge fan of the Pro Charger. Alrighty, folks. Like I said, we are well over an hour now. But it's been great chatting with everyone. Again, I appreciate everyone supporting the channel, everyone chiming in, posting questions and keeping the chat going. Keep me rattling my mouth. I know sometimes I ramble off on tangents and then I come back full circle. But again, I can't express enough how appreciative I am of all you folks chiming in, liking the videos, watching them ads, doing everything you do for me, and shake and bake. I tell you, again, I can't express enough how much I appreciate it. Yeah, I've seen a lot of good things with the Torque Storm. What's it? So it was the guy with the truck, Frostbite Ram. He runs a Torque Storm. As a matter of fact, I think he's going with one of his builds. I think he's going twin Torque Storm. But yeah, Torque Storm. There's I've heard nothing but good things about the Torque Storm. Um, yeah, you know, supercharger bolt on. Yeah, that's why it's full bolt on. Yeah, the black alcohol marker with the checklist. Absolutely, absolutely. I need to make me one, so I don't forget to turn on the nitrous when I'm trying to make a nitrous run. Yeah, pinning the crank. That's that was my dangerous part. Mike did that for me too. He did. He put my pro charger on for me as well. Yeah, pinning the crank is scary because you mess that up, you're done. Painter's tape on the windshield with the checklist. You got it, Mike. Yeah, if you can pull the rad all the way out, that it definitely makes things definitely make things easier. Yep. Alrighty, folks. I definitely got to roll out of here. We've gone, like I said, well over the hour, and I keep on going. But once again, appreciate everyone tuning in, and look to tune back in next Wednesday. That's it for this one for folks. So be prepared for the next one coming. Uh, Adios.